welcome back to the channel. This is Italians Do It Better and I'm Adi. And today I'm gonna talk about emerging technologies in education sector. Specifically, I'm gonna focus on Socratic by Google. This is an example of emerging technology. So just for an outline, Socratic is a free AI-powered learning app designed to help students understand the school subject easily, with a better understanding and in a deeper way. Let's start right away with the pros and cons, and then we're gonna have a little bit of discussion. So one pros of Socratic by Google is being instant help, having this function of helping students 24/7. For example, in my experience, I had to practice late at night and I couldn't study before. So this emerging technology would have been super useful for me because of this 24-hour instant help and 7 days out of 7 helping students in late night study sessions or homework when teachers are not available in that moment, also outside of school. So for this reason, AI-powered instant help can be found as a pro. Also, it does include sources that can be trusted, also from academic environments and young learners that can actually find relevant help for their studies. So it's not just limited in the AI power section, so just AI helping with the learning, but also it can include concepts from other sources that are not generated by AI. That can be also appreciable from teachers and professors in general. This app is completely free, so I do actually support this free education environment because education should be accessible from anyone, every time, everywhere, and I really do think that this app being completely free for students who can maybe not, who are not able to afford learning methods, this app can of course help with their studies, and it's free both for young students and teachers and families who want to have a better understanding of the subject. So this is a really good pro from this education, this emerging technology education. Moreover, this app can be used in any platform, so both on smartphones, on computers, and in my opinion can be really useful for students that maybe take a long way to go home and have to prepare on the bus going to school in the morning. So it can also be accessible from the phone, from smartphones. So it's great, this idea. So it can be also flexible and less dependent on physical resources. Okay, now that we already listed all the pros, we can focus on the cons, because of course in every argument we can find pros and cons. In this case, cons are that students nowadays are really dependent of their phones, so phones or computers or iPads. So this emerging technology can create dependency on the electronic devices, and can be dangerous for the ones who are already having a hard time with the real life relationships. So they just tend to focus only on the online devices, without caring about the real life and the real world, and that can be dangerous especially for young students. So in subject like, for example, especially like in subject like mathematics, where practice and understanding are essential, just reading a solution doesn't replace doing it independently. So can also damage personal learning, and the methodology of personal learning. So being always assisted by this emerging technology can stop the proper ways of learning, personal ways of learning. So, and this is really important, and students should still learn by themselves with teachers' help and understanding the methodology by themselves without being too dependent on their computer or smartphone or online learning. In addition, this method of learning is not really deep, and it cannot regard advanced topics. So, for example, in books we can find a deeper understanding, more detailed explanation. In this app can be limited. So we should always try to find a balance on the two things, both books, teachers' help, and in real life interactions, and to understand some concepts that we didn't really get in class. We can always use this with this method. And as I announced before, also the lack of human interaction is another cons. So this AI can't replace the role of the teacher, of course, because lacks interactive and real-time feedbacks from human instructor as well. So we should really be careful on this and not become too dependent and too addicted to this method, because it's not fully covering the subject, and the accuracy isn't perfect. So this is still something to be careful on, and always remember to balance the two of things. So for a final evaluation, I would definitely recommend Socratic by Google, and in general emerging technologies that are actually developing their methodology in education. I strongly recommend them, but being always careful and try to have a balance of the two. So still asking teachers for help and to support them while having a hard time in school, not understanding concepts, asking both the teacher and then a more slow learning help from the AI-powered learning platforms. So, yeah, this episode was really detailed, and I hope you enjoyed it. Always be careful with emerging technologies. Be careful with how much time you spend on those. But if the teacher approves, then we're all happy. Thank you for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.